I'm sure you guys thought that after my first video of how I met my husband, every other thing was like rosy, rosy, rosy up until proposal. But it's a lie. It did not happen like that. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jessica George. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you some of the setbacks, like all the setbacks. It wasn't that serious, to be honest, looking at it now, but at that time it was like, hey. If you've not seen the video I posted about how I met my husband, please go and watch that video. Watch that video first so that you would understand, because you guys know that I gave my husband a very hard time. Some of you are in the comment section saying I have anger issues. The truth is that, how will you know that a man is serious if you don't give him small tough time? People are just there. Man will just come and toast you. You just start shining your teeth. Talking stage will start. No, now you have to stress him a bit so that you will know how far he can go. I don't know. I don't know why I did all that, but it's probably because I just did not like him at first. It wasn't love at first sight, but then, like I said in that video, after that I started to give it a chance. I got to know him and I got to know that he's a very good guy. I started to like him. The love came after. The love did not come before. Unlike your typical relationships, you first of all, maybe you guys start crushing on each other, like each other. This one was not like that. This one was a case of, I want this girl and this girl does not want the guy, and before you know, the girl agreed and they started liking each other. I started liking him and fell in love with him while in the relationship. Now, some things happened on the way. Everything did not just happen so smoothly. Like, I agreed to date him, and after this, I said we dated for 2 years. And after dating, he proposed and I got married. No. So we started dating in secret. I said I was 20 years at the time, and I wanted to introduce like him to my parents when I was sure. And when I met him, he told me he wanted to marry me. And me, I told him, I hope you are serious, because I don't want kwe relationship. I want to be able to tell my parents I'm going out with my boyfriend and they will allow me, because they don't used to allow me to go out at that time. So to go out was war. So we were dating in secret. I would sneak out. I would go and visit him in his house. He would buy me gifts. He was buying me things that I could not even take to my house. I remember one time he bought me one bag. Oh God, that bag, what brand is it from? I don't know. I can't remember. I think it's from Primark or Mango. That bag is a very, till now, that bag is still in my house. Okay, that was the bag I used as my hand luggage when I was traveling to Lagos. It's like a big bag, big handbag. He got me that bag. He got me teddy bear. Like, he will buy me things and I will be scared to take it to my house, because I don't want my mom to start asking me, where did you get this thing? And my mom at that time believes that if a man is gifting you something, he wants something in return. Is it that he wants to marry you and maybe he doesn't, he has not just told you or something like that? So he will buy me things and I will tell him to keep it. I'll keep it in his house. The ones I can take home, I'll just take it home. Like, if you get me like groceries, juice and all those things, I will take it home. And if you remember, I mentioned that my mom knew about him, like when we're even the whole pastor incident. So my mom knew that there was a man, but I don't know. I don't even know why maybe she didn't think that it would lead to marriage. I don't even know how that thing happened. But I just know she knew that there was somebody, and sometimes I would tell her I want to see this person, and sometimes she will allow me to go. She'll tell me to come back on time before my dad gets back. I will go. So if I bring something, maybe I bring, because if we go out, he usually buy stuff for me and for me to take home to my family. So if he buys me all those things, I'll take it home, and my mom will accept it, say God will bless him more and all that. She will accept it too. But when I started bringing home like expensive things that were, it was no longer play, it was not like proper gifts, perfume, all those kind of things, she was like, she would just So there was this time he got me that bag, and fear no let me carry that bag go house. I left it in his place. I forgot, there was a time he got me something else that I took home, something big. I can't remember what it was. And then my mom was like, this one that he's buying you all this type of things. For my mind, I say, Why they used to do in relationship? Why they used to do in relationship? So I kept quiet. So one day she asked me that how far this guy, like what is really going on. And I told her that we are dating. Mind you, before I agreed to date my husband, even after I told him, okay, let's give it a try, but I put one condition. I told him that we're going to do like a prayer request, because the church I attend, they believe in prayer requests, like praying for a partner. If you have like two different men or three men toasting you at a time, you can bring the three of them names, and during prayer they'll just pray. Then it's a church that believe in visions and prophecies and all those things, so they believe in prayer requests. So I was like, because like I told you guys, I didn't want to make any mistake. I just wanted, like, if this is my husband, this is my husband. If it's not my husband, let me not just waste my time dating him. So I told him that we're going to treat prayer requests, and being that his family, they attend my church, his sister attends my church, his parents attend my church. So like he knows what prayer request is, and he was like, no problem. So the fact that I even agreed to it, because if it's a man that is not serious, they might probably say prayer request for what, you understand, that kind of thing. But he agreed, and then we decided to do it. He then told his sister. His sister is not like in Abuja, she's in another state. He gave his sister my name, and he told his sister to just take it to her church. She should give it to her pastor, let them pray if it's okay for us to get married and all that. And then his sister, did that, and the pastor also said he wanted to talk to me and my husband, and he spoke to us. It was okay, like we can get married. And then being that our pastor in my own branch was already like trying to match make us in the first place, we decided to also let him know that we want to do a prayer request, and he did that. They prayed about it, and we can get married, it's fine. So when we did those two, I'm like, thank God, now I can put my mind into this relationship. And then we started dating and all that. I prayed about it, so I didn't get like any bad dream or anything like that. Every I was just getting this, instinct in my mind that he's good for me and it's the right thing to do. So after that, my mom asked me, she was like, what are we doing? What does he want? I said he said he wants to marry me, and me, I like him. At that time, we were already dating for like 3 months. October, we started dating October 1st. November, December. Okay, we're already like 2 months into the relationship. And then I told my mom that I like him, he's a good person and all that. But my mom was like, are you sure he's the right person? And things like that. She was genuinely concerned. And my mom is very spiritual. So she was like, that she's going to pray about it, and that God will tell her if he's the one for me or he's not the one for me. So I said, okay, because me, in my mind, I feel he's the one for me. I was convinced he's the one for me. And the other two prayer requests came out that he's the one for me. So I didn't think my mom would have any issues. Lo and behold, my mom prayed one day. I don't know if it's one day she prayed the prayer, but she just woke up one day and then she told me that this marriage, it will not work. I said, not work at her. She was like, she prayed about it, she slept that night. And when she slept, she had a dream. I said, what did you dream? She said she was in the market buying meat. She told them she wanted to buy meat and they were giving her pepper. Pepper. And so she interpreted it that is a bad dream, is wrong, like we are not meant for each other. I said, mommy, because they were giving you, how are you sure that this dream is gave you this dream in connection with what you prayed about? What if it's just a normal random dream that people dream? She said, no, this one, that one, that one. At that point I was getting scared. I was like, why, why are you saying this now? So I kept quiet, and before you know, my mom had gone to tell my dad that there's a guy, the guy is this, the guy is that. Then she had a dream, blah blah blah. My dad did not dream any dream, he just picked it up from there. And two of them were now saying that the guy is not good for me. I say, wow, Lord. I was troubled that time. I was not happy at all, because I'm like, I found somebody that makes me happy now. You people are not saying it's not, and your reasons is not often matching. Are you saying that the two places we did prayer requests, they are wrong, their own God is not seeing anything? it's your own. So I was just stressed. At that time, if he buys me anything, I don't take it to the house. I would sneak and go and see him. I didn't want anybody to know. And then it was like an issue. Went for a program in church, not my church, in a different branch. So, and I went for the program, my parents went for the program, my husband too went for the program. So after the program, we're already dating then now. So after the program, we're just standing outside gisting and talking, before my dad will come out so that we'll go. And the next thing, my dad just came out and just looked at two of us, passed and went to the car. I didn't think that there was any issue. Me and my husband just looked at each other like, ah. When I got to the car, you know, my dad told me that, is that the guy? I say yes. He said it's not going to work. I say, what? I didn't even say anything. I kept quiet, but I cried that day. I'm like, why are these people working against my happiness? They were not even giving me any tangible reason. It was not making sense to me what they were saying. So it went on like that, like that, like that. And that pastor that was in my branch at that time, the pastor that tried to match make us, I had to tell him and his wife, like, see what's going on. Oh. My parents say that I cannot marry the guy, blah blah. The pastor was shocked, like, why would they say that? This guy is a good guy, he's from a good family, blah blah blah. So the pastor took it upon himself. He really tried though, I will not even lie. He took it upon himself to call my mom, and he called my mom. My mom went to see him one day and he told my mom that you cannot interpret your dream to say it's enough, it's like this guy is not for your daughter. That he has personally prayed about it and we are good to go. So he tried to like convince her and talk to her. She just said okay. So when she got home, I think she probably told her husband again, and stuff like that. So there is this pastor, the pastor that dedicated me when I was born, but he's no longer in Abuja. He's now in Lagos. He's no longer here at all, but he's a very good man of God and very close to my family. He's one person that my parents trust, and they trust his, like, whatever he says. If he dreams about something or sees the man actually, the pastor actually is gifted with visions and all that, and whatever he sees is like, that's the truth. So my dad just stormed into my room one morning and he was like, what is the guy's name? I told him. What is his son name? It was like I was always on my own that period. Like I was not even talking to my parents. Like it was at like war in my house. So he asked me for his name and his surname. I told him. I didn't even know what he wanted to do with it, but I just kept quiet. And then later I realized that he sent it to that pastor in Lagos and told the pastor to pray about it. That Jessica said, I'm practically the pastor's baby because I'm like the first child he ever dedicated in his ministry. Immediately he became a pastor. So he doesn't joke with me at all. I'm like his first daughter. So my dad told him that your daughter says she has found somebody. Please pray about it. Let's know what we are doing. And then the man prayed about it. And do you know that I waited 1 week? My parents were not talking about it. I just noticed that they changed. The house became calm. Like nobody was talking about, don't marry this guy. It's not for you again. Everybody kept quiet. I'm like, It's like these people, they've seen the result of that prayer, but they don't want to say anything. They kept it to 1 week, 2 weeks. Nobody told me anything. I just know that everybody was quiet. So one day, me and my mom were going out. She was driving and I was in the front, and I was just like, Mommy, what is the result of that prayer that you people did with pastor or so? And she was like, the prayer went, it was okay now. He said both of you are like good to go, that God approved it and all that. I said, so now people have heard from somebody else. People now believe that yes, she's right for me. You are not talking of the pepper you saw inside market again. It was very funny, Sha. And after that, they became nice. And then the next thing, my dad just told me one day that tell him to come and see me. Hey, that he wants to know him, he wants to see him. And we're just 2 months into the relationship. That I remember it was January, beginning of the year. Like, tell him to come and see me. And then I told my husband, and then I thought he was going to say, what does he want to see me? That's why I keep saying it, that when a man is ready for marriage, like he will not chicken out of anything. You would know that this one loves you and he's ready to do whatever it takes to be with you. So when I told him that my dad wants to see you, he didn't even say, so soon. You know that people take their time before introducing themselves to their family. He didn't say so soon. He just told me when. I told him when he should come. And then he just, I didn't even tell him what to do. He knew by himself that I was going to buy drinks. You know, he's coming to see my dad for the first time. He came and my dad saw him. My dad welcomed him and told him that he's free to come to our house whenever. He's now part of the family, and that if he wants to take me out. You are disturbing my video. Hi guys. My dad basically welcomed him and all that. It was nice. I was so happy. I say finally. Hey, finally. The funniest part now is that my parents, they even treasure my husband now more than me. You can imagine. That time they were just doing gra gra gra. But later on, after the introduction, my husband like became like part of the family. You know that I'm an only child, so my mom was so happy to have a son. See, my mama no dey take my husband play o. Even till tomorrow, if they keep two of us, she will pick him. If there is any argument, she will support my husband. Nobody ever supports me. They love my husband genuinely. That I remember joking about it that time. A few months later, hey Jesus.
Hey, my wife is filming now and you people took lights.
Is the phone still recording?
Yes. Well, yeah, continue.
Baby. And I predicted this thing. Help me just press stop. You guys, so NEPA did what they know how to do best, disappoint. But yeah, I could not finish this video because they refused to bring back the light and I needed to just go and sleep. But what I was trying to say at the end of this video is that my parents, it didn't even take my parents long to realize that my husband was a good person. It took them like a few weeks and they started acting like, this man is so important to them. They actually do love my husband too much. I remember that time they used to compare me to him. If I do anything at home while we're dating, they will say, see the man me I want to marry. The man cannot do that to his parents. The man is very humble. He's very this, he's very that. It's funny. But anyways, yeah, that's the end of this video. Just wanted to share, some of the things that could happen when you are trying to look for a life partner, some of the like obstacles I faced. It was not a big deal. It just took like a few weeks, just back and forth. But yeah, everything ended and my parents got to know the kind of person he is and they love. They love the fact that he's very respectful, he's very humble, he's very kind. And he makes me happy. So that's what matters. Yeah, they don't play with my husband at all till date. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.